Hey guys, welcome back to Play More PC, and my name's Mayonnaise, and I'm going to be doing a Jarvan 5 jungle guide. In this video I'm going to be talking about some of his skills, why to use them, and how to gank with them, and obviously show you my jungle route, and basically we're going to see how that goes. So first of all, I'm going to talk about his passive, which is Marital Cadence. So basically what Marital Cadence does is the first basic attack on an enemy deals 6% of their current health as bonus physical damage. Maximum is obviously 400 damage. This effect cannot occur again on the same enemy for 6 seconds. So basically what you want to do in the jungle is basically try and hit his passive off each minion, and then obviously focus on the big guy. So if it was golems, then I'd use Marital Cadence on the one small mob, use it on the second, and then obviously I'd focus on the golem. And then obviously by the time you've taken the actual blue golem down, you would have obviously reflected so much damage with your masteries that the two little lizards will die. So that's basically how I work. This is basically how Jarvan works. So from that, you want to do your next skill is Dragon Strike. So basically what Dragon Strike does is it extends Jarvan's lance, dealing 70 plus physical damage, in my case which is 13, and lowering the armor of all enemies hit by 10% for 3 seconds. As addition, if the lance contacts Damascene Standard, which is his E, it will pull Jarvan 5 to its location, knocking up enemies in its path. So basically you've got kind of a stun as well. I'll be showing you guys a bit more about that when I'm obviously doing my ganks. The next one is Golden Aegis, whatever you want to call it. Temporarily gains a shield that absorbs up to 50 plus 20 damage for each enemy champion. Damage for 5 seconds, and slows surrounding enemies by 15% for 2 seconds. So it's a nice shield when you're in a big team fight, or even if you're trying to get away, or even catching up with someone. It's nice to pop if you want to slow them down for that extra 2 seconds. Obviously it increases per level. The next skill, which is your E, so Golden Aegis was your W, Damascene Standard is your E. So basically the passive of this skill gains 10% attack speed and 10 armor. The active basically throws a Damascene Standard to a nearby area, dealing 60 plus 0 magic damage. Ignore the magic damage because you're not going to be using magic damage. The standard lasts for 8 seconds, grants surrounding allied champions 10% attack speed. His R, which is Cataclysm, heroically leaps into the enemy champion, dealing 200 damage plus physical damage, which in my case which is 19, and creating an arena terrain around them for like 3.5 seconds, which I'll show you a bit about in a minute. Active gain, you can actually reactivate the skill as well, and it will collapse the terrain. So it makes like this big circle fucking barrier where they can't actually get out, which is very nice for ganks. It just force flash out all the time, if not 90% of the time, 99% of the time. So that's basically, you know, his skills in a nutshell, very vaguely. So I'm going to show you how I'm basically using these skills. So after I've helped bottom here, as you see, Fortune's gone back, so I've obviously covered bottom with K-Town 49. At this point I'm seeing Kayle come mid, so I decided to go and help Lux. I was going to go to golems, but obviously because Kayle's coming down, Lux is trying to obviously keep Kayle there by baiting into the middle. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to slow it down for a sec. Basically Lux is already initiated because obviously Kayle started to come out of the brush. She stunned Kayle, used her E, I think it is, obviously detonates it, gets a lot of damage on there. I'm obviously still coming up from the brush here. Obviously I run straight in because I know Katrina's already dived quite far. Katrina throws one of her things. Lux shields, I come in. I don't use my Demacian Standard yet because I don't know what I'm going to do with it. So I just start doing some damage on Katrina. I use my Demacian Standard, use my E, use my Dragon Strike to get closer. And at this point, I'm thinking, do I go for Katrina? Well, Katarina, sorry, Katrina. Do I obviously go for Katarina or Kayle? So basically you got to think about it. Kayle's level 3. So she hasn't got her ulti yet, so she can't really go anywhere unless she flashes, right? Katarina, on the other hand, can bang a ward down or even teleport to the minion wave that's actually coming down now. So, or she could flash. So Katarina's got more survivability than Kayle. So what I'm gonna do at this point, I'm thinking Kayle, but obviously what I was thinking about is obviously using my E and then my Q again, but obviously it's on cooldown, so I just play it out cool. As I'm running up, I pop my W, which obviously slows Katrina? Fucking hell, Katarina down. Jesus Christ. Slows Katarina down. I don't think it actually hits Kayle. No, I don't think it does. No, it doesn't. Just misses Kayle. Hits Katarina though. She obviously does one of her skills on me. I'm running back up. At this point, I decide to go for Kayle because I know Katarina is too far to the turret, and I'm gonna have I'm gonna have a bigger chance of killing Kayle. So I hit her with my normal auto attack, which takes a bit of a chunk off. Looks, for some reason, I think she's kind of given up on Kayle and she knows I'm not going to be able to kill her, so she starts farming minions. Do I hit Kayle again? Yeah, I hit Kayle again. So at this point, I know I'm going to be able to get it, but I see Katarina running back and the tower is there, so they got an advantage because I'm level 4, because it's going to do a shit ton of damage. So what I decide to do, because she's so far ahead of me now, I decide to burn my flash and pick up a kill. So as I come in, I use my flash, hit Kayle, get the kill from Kayle, and obviously back out of there. I don't want to be too greedy because obviously they've still got a tower there, and you know, Katarina can obviously flash or teleport to a minion. So Lux comes in, does a bit more damage, takes a bit more of a chunk off, so she's forcing Katarina to go back, which is nice. And obviously we continue the game as normal. So that is, I suppose it was a fluky gank because Kayle really shouldn't have stayed where she did, because she decided to attack me and not run off with Katarina. So if she ran off, then she probably, she probably would have survived that. But I burnt my flash, and I think it was well worth it. So it was a nice bit of extra gold at the start as well. So now I can actually go and pitch some really good stuff. So all our lanes are doing good. Renekton's doing really great at top. I'm not ganking top as much as I should in this game. I'm really more focused on bottom and middle. If you notice in a lot of my games, I don't really gank top. I really should do it more, but because of the top laners are always like they've got a lot of survivability, I always find. So I kind of leave top 2 because obviously a Malphite is very hard to gank when you get to going. So I kind of leave them to that. So at the minute I'm just covering middle for Lux. Lux decides to come back in a sec. I back away from Katarina at this point. I probably could have it if I had my E, but it's not really worth it, as you know, Kayle was up here as well. So obviously Lux gets back up here. She can take over me, and then obviously I can head back. I'm just basically porting back now to get some stuff. With that extra kill as well that I got, I can actually purchase a lot more stuff now. I mean the teams at the minute are like 7.3k to us, 6.8k to them. So it's kind of even, I guess. I guess we got a bit more gold. So Kayle's not really having the time of her life at the minute, considering I fucked her day up at the start. Lux is doing fine mid, and I think bottom's doing pretty good. I'm just going to check some of the CS. So basically Misfortune's on 35 and Varus is on 30. So okay, we're kind of ahead of the CS on bottom as well, so it's not too bad. Lux against Katarina are pretty equal, yeah, 21-21, and I'm 26 and Kale's 24, so we're kind of equal as well, but obviously I've got the advantage because I've got a kill. Renekton's 37, Malphite's 45, which is not really that great. Obviously, at this point, I decided to go in and help Renekton. Try to do a bit of damage to Kale. I know that I'm not going to be able to kill her. I stay away from the bush as well because I know Malphite's coming down. I don't want a Malphite coming out of nowhere and helping her. Renekton's level 6, so he's got a big survivability now. I think, does Kale stay up there? Oh yeah, Kale, I think Kale goes back. I think she thinks I'm in that bush, doesn't she? Hence why she's backing her. But so now I'm going to give Lux blue. What I tend to do is try and take their blue now, well, our blue now, get Lux's really fast, because the faster Lux gets my blue, I can, you know, get my blue after. Well, I can get their blue even if Kale's not made her way down there at the minute. Oh yeah, Fortune dies at that point, so it's 1-all. I think she just gets a little bit greedy, to be honest with you. I really can't be asked to go back to that point because it's not about Fortune, it's about the Jarvan experience, mate. So I'll just take my Wraiths, I'll take my Reds now. I think after the second red I started giving it to Fortune. I should have given her this red, to be honest with you, but because I'm like near level 6, I thought if I had the experience I think it would help out a lot more. So I'll just fast forward it a bit. So I take my red. I'm coming bottom or mid, yeah, so I don't know where I'm actually going at the minute. I do decide to come mid because obviously I've got no vision on bottom, so they, you know, obviously know they're coming back. I didn't know they got a ward here. As she backs off, I was like, as well, there's no point because you could have it warded, so I decided to head to, I think it's their blue, is it? I know their blue's up. Kale's going back, which is a really stupid mistake here. I'm guessing she's thinking she's going to go and get blue after, maybe after she comes back. So I start on blue. I've got my smite up as well. Well, I've got it in 5 seconds, so I decided to smite it. Oh, there you go. Katarina kills Lux, which makes it 2-1, which ain't looking too good at the minute. But I have got their blue and I am level 6, so that helps. At this point in time, I'm feeling a gank at bottom. They have no wards, which is nice. I didn't even, well, they got a ward there, so they might have just clipped me. But actually, I doubt it. I very much doubt it. So I'm coming bottom now, and they've obviously gained vision on me about now, so they know I'm coming down. I decided to keep my standard, my Demacian standard, until I know what I'm doing with it, because of if I pop it now and I don't actually get either of them, then there's a big chance they're gonna get away. So what I do, I'm waiting for Morgana to obviously go into the bush or out, but by this time I've actually got full vision on Morgana because of Nidalee's trap, which is brilliant. So I took my standard down, used my Dragon Strike to hit Morgana into the air, hit my W, so obviously I gain, so there's 2 champions, which is 40, is it 40 plus? Yeah, so it's only level 1 at the minute. I don't really decide to level Golden Aegis up till late game. So I've gained 50 armor plus another 40, which is 90. So that's 50, well, 90 damage. That's magic and physical. So Nidalee throws a spear in, hits Varus, which is a shame, but at least it hit one of them. I use my Cataclysm because at this point I want to force their flash out. Morgana flashes out, and then I think Varus flashes out as well. Yeah, Varus flashes out as well. And then obviously I pop Cataclysm back down because I know obviously we need to get closer. At this point we're trying to hunt down Morgana. Kaitan, which is Nidalee, exhausts her. So we've got full control over her now. My E's due back up soon, so I'm just waiting for my E. And this is really silly of us, but because Morgana actually snares us now. So at this point, she gets hit by another spear, which knocks her down even more. She knows she's gonna die. She knows she has to do something because Kale's not gonna get here in time. She then decides to stun me I think it's just me, is it? Or is it? Yeah. She decides to stun me. At this point, I know she's going to get away. So what I do, I chuck my E down, which is my Demacian standard. I use my Dragon Strike to connect my Dragon Strike to my Demacian standard, which basically drags me there. It hits her for more damage, throws her up at the same time, hit my auto attack, which grants me the kill, which is 300 gold, 150 gold for obviously K-Tan, which is because obviously he assisted. Fortune decides to pop her ulti, which I really don't agree with because it's not really gonna get Varus down. Kayle comes behind us. I'm looking really low at the minute. I think Varus uses ulti there to obviously snare me, gets another hit on me. At this point I know I'm gonna go down. At this point I think I'm dead. Kayle really should have come towards me, but I think the only reason why she didn't was because Varus, I think she thought Varus was gonna definitely get the kill. He shoots me again, which fucking does nothing. As he decides to flick his, I think it must be his, let's have a look, it is his E, which is Hail of Arrows. I'm already out of there, so if I didn't flash then, I probably would have died. I flashed into the bush, so he has no idea where I've gone. I decided to get the hell out of there because I have got no health at all, and if I go in it's going to be another kill to them. Nidalee throws a spear, which is, yeah, okay, fair enough, you threw your spear, but the minions obviously took that hit. Fortune decides to flash. K-Tan decides to go back up and help Fortune out. Runs back a little bit, obviously, goes in for the hit. Fortune thinks obviously she can get some damage in. Varus starts focusing on her. At this point, I don't want to go in, but I know I should at least do something. So I chuck my Demacian standard down, thinking it's going to finish him off, but it doesn't, which is really shit. I could have queued to her, but if I queued and Kayle got the hit and killed me, then I probably wouldn't forgive myself. So it was a 1-for-1, which makes it 2-3 to them. No, 3-2 to them. So it's not looking too bad at the minute. So it was a fair fight. I burnt my flash. Miss Fortune burnt her flash and died, which was shit. So if she burnt her flash and survived, then I wouldn't have minded. But it's not too bad. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. So at this point, Varus is going back. I'm coming back into bottom, so I think I'm going to try and push bottom. I think. I'm taking my golems now. The lanes are looking pretty good. Renekton dives with his ulti and kills Malphite, which is a nice little kill there. Because we don't want that Malphite fed. I am level 6 and Kayle's level 6 now, so Kayle's got a ulti, so we've got to watch out for that. At this point, I don't think, I'm going to just check now actually, it'd be purple, wouldn't it? Yeah, so at this point, they don't actually know I'm in the brush. Yeah, that's right, because obviously they have no vision, so I decided to come up into the next brush, which is around here. So let's just double check if they can. Yeah, so me and K-Tan are obviously in this brush. They obviously only think K-Tan's in the brush, so I come back up. I chuck my, well, obviously I wait for them to come a bit closer. I think they start coming closer with minions now. At this point, I wait for them to get too close, and Morgana chucks a ward down. So obviously they know I'm there, so I decide to think, fuck it, chuck my E down, Q to it, pop Varus into the air, click my W, which obviously slows him down and grants me more shield, which is 2 of them. Yeah, by the looks of it. Yeah, so obviously I've gained another 90 like shield, which is obviously like 9 damage, magical and physical. Decide to use my ultimate. He's got a flash. Oh my god, he's got a flash as well, because I actually think at this point his flash is down, but obviously it isn't. I use my ultimate, traps Varus in. I'm not too sure why he doesn't flash out, because he's... Oh no, wait a minute. It's not down, I'm afraid. It was burnt, because I can remember burning it in the last fight we had, so it is burnt. My bad. I decided to obviously take the kill because I didn't think that she would actually grab it. So obviously I decided to hit him and take the kill. My bad in a way, but at least they got the assists, which is good. Just speed it up a bit. So obviously we've took Varus, so now we can start pushing this tower. At this point I know I can dive, because obviously I've got you know, it's 3 versus 1, so your chances of diving is going to be a lot better than like 2 versus 1, because obviously there's my damage. I can do a bit of damage. I can stun her a little bit with my E and my Q. I've got Fortune right behind me, and I've also got Nidalee there throwing some spears and doing a bit of damage as well. So I decided to pop my E down, Dragon Strike to my E, pops her into the air. I pop my W, I think, for extra shield. At this point I know that I'm going to be taking a lot of damage off the tower, so Fortune clears up with the kill. Obviously me and Nidalee get the assists. I decide to get the fuck out of there because I know I'm going to be taking a lot of damage. I get out of there with my life just about, and I think at this point Lux starts to signal me to say that it's Katarina's coming down, I think, or she's going to look, but she actually doesn't, but she signals me anyway, which is good. Oh no, actually she's signalling because of the ward. I thought she was actually signalling before because Katarina was coming down, but never mind. I decided then to obviously head back. I think I take... do I take Wraiths again? And then obviously I take Wraiths. So that gank was actually very good. If I was Morgana, I probably would have backed a lot. You know, I would have backed away a hell of a lot, because staying near tower when you've got 3 champions, well, it's not really going to go well, because obviously I can dive. I don't know what happens here actually. I'm not too sure if we actually take... oh no, so obviously she ulties, which makes her invincible. Varus comes down, and also Katarina's coming down, but Lux did signal. Oh, she signals now. She signals again. They should have kept running, but not a chance. Varus always, Katarina always, double kill for Katarina, which is a bit of a shit, because when Katarina gets fed, it's not really the best of things. So at the minute it's 5-4, so you know, both teams are doing pretty well. I think we're doing better on damage for towers. So I'm looking like everyone's got 4 towers, top, middle, getting battered, bottom's gone, which is good. I decided just to hold bottom lane at the minute. I don't think anything happens here. I'm just trying to make sure the minions stay well away from that. I think they do try and dive me in a sec. I go in. Yes, they do a lot of damage. They stun me. They do a bit more damage, and I think that's pretty much it. That's not too bad. They're signaling because Katarina's coming down. She was going to come down. Obviously I'm still here trying to hold the fort with these fucking dudes. I was quite close from Lux then. She's burnt a flashlight. I think I now get red, and I'm kind of, at this point I'm kind of watching top, because obviously we have no vision on Kale at this point. She's been gone missing, and top's pretty pushed. Renekton's getting pretty greedy, but he has got a ward, so that doesn't really matter there, so it's not too bad. He has got some vision, so it doesn't really bother me. I decided to head back. Katarina comes up. I think they actually do get a kill on Renekton now, because obviously there's 3 of them. I think Lux, is the Lux signal? She might have signalled. So Renekton knows Katarina's there because of his ward. I think he says hi cat or something now, just to piss her off in the chat, which is pretty cool. So she's basically wasting the time there. I think we go, is it mid? Let's speed this up a little bit. Oh yeah, here we go. So we know Katarina's coming down. Lux decides to, she actually at this point, she hits her E, but she misses her Q, so she obviously misses her stun, which is really bizarre. I personally would have just thrown my Q blindly, because I'd know she'd be going into the brush, because people always do when they go down river, they like to face check. So she's done a bit of damage to Katarina there. Nidalee comes up. I think Nidalee just fight. Yeah, Nidalee throws a spear in advance. So she thinks she's going to hit it, and she just clips her, so does quite a bit of damage there. I'm still making my way up, so I decided to come up just in case any of these fuckers come down. Renekton's having a crack at Malphite, but obviously Kayle ulties Malphite, which saves his life. I think they get carrying it. Very, very close. As you can see there, Nidalee does use exhaust again, so exhaust is about to fade. Yeah, exhaust fades. Throws a spear. Lux ulties, which hits it, but it doesn't do enough damage, which is a shame. There's 2 top here, so we just forward this. I know Renekton's going to struggle with this because obviously Kayle and Malphite, so what I do, I decide to come up. There's no wards, so I do a bit of a trick here, because I know obviously Malphite's going to die. You know, you go for Malphite in general, like, so what I do, I try and dick Malphite first, but I'm pretty sure he gets away. I think he flashes, so I chop my Demacian Standard. I use my Q, which knocks Kayle into the air and Malphite into the air, so they got a bit of stun on that. It gives time for Renekton to push up a little bit. Hit Malphite once. I think he flashes now. Hit him again, even, so hit him twice. Renekton gets in. Malphite flashes. At this point, I know they can both get away, so the only option I have is to probably use my ulti. So what I do, I use my ulti on Malphite first, because obviously he's the furthest away. It gives me advantage over Kayle because it will block Kayle in. The only way she can get round to her turret is obviously go through the river here, or she could go round my ulti, which would be either up here for this gap here, or obviously around the bush. So I use my ulti on Malphite because obviously he's the furthest away. So there goes Cataclysm. So technically now I've got Malphite because Malphite's already popped his flash, right? So his flash is on cooldown. I still got my flash, so I could quite easily flash in if anyone tries to get away. I hit Malphite, which takes the kill. Renekton gets the assist. So then Kayle has no option but either to obviously stun Renekton, go down river, or even go around bush, which will go past me again. By this point, my Dragon Lance will be ready, so I can obviously finish her off. She's already burnt her ulti on Malphite, so there's no physical way she could get out of this. I put my my fucking ultimate down, like I bring it down, or I think it fades, or one or the other. I hit Kayle. Renekton obviously finishes Kayle off, which gives me the assist and Renekton a kill. So me and Renekton got a kill there, and then obviously I decided to push up top now, because obviously we've downed 2. We've got the jungler's down, Malphite's down, 2 at bottom still. Well, bottom's kind of going back a bit now, and Lux is all the way at mid, so me and Renekton to push top here. Decide to push top. Here we go, just smash his tower down a bit. I think at this point they start to push mid. So Lux is obviously requesting aid. I'm letting Lux know I'm going to make my way down. Bottom's coming up as well, which is good. So we're going to have a full team fight here. Kayle decides to come down as well. Kayle knows what's going on. I think Katarina tries to cut Renekton off, but it doesn't really work. We're all coming mid. I don't know why they're all going top, but we're all coming mid, because obviously this tower is low as well. So our whole team is basically mid now, which is an advantage. Oh my god, now that was a fucking spear. If you didn't see that, I'm just going to rewind that back a bit. So basically, because of obviously we're all pushing middle now, they got 3 top. So we know they got 3 top. Well, we know that. I think we know that Malphite's there. I think, did we see? Let me just check. Blue team. Oh yeah, so technically we only know that there's only Malphite top and 2 middle. So my guess would probably be like they'll be coming round here, round into the jungle to assist middle. So let's just play it and see how it goes. So if I just click on all again and play it from there. So we start pushing mid. If you see here, Nidalee throws a spear, which is K-Tan. Decides to get more Garnet, but instead Varus runs over, hits Varus for a shitload. So basically at this point Varus is out of the match. Like, it's basically automatically a 4v5 because there's no physical way Varus can carry on with that now. Because if he gets hit by one more spear, he's out of the game. So I think Varus decides to back off a bit because of his health. I decided to chuck my Demacian standard down just to do a bit of poke. It kind of also threatens the enemy team as well. You'll notice that when you chuck your lance down, if they know better, they'll stay away from it. If they don't, they'll probably walk past it, not knowing that you can queue towards it. Some people do forget that, so just bear that in mind. It's a very good poking skill. Tower starts laying into minions. Obviously there's all 5 of us in middle now, so we can boost this tower down. At this point, top is making their way down, I think. So we take middle. Katarina comes down. I decided to have a little bit of a poke at Katarina, so I hit her once, did a bit of damage. Spear comes up from Nidalee, hits Katarina, taking her down to near half health. She obviously ports out. I think Kayle knows that this is too much for her, so she waits in the brush till Malphite comes down. We start hammering the turret a bit. I put my lance down as well just to scare them a little bit. Start hitting the turret. Lux is poking with her with some of her skills, which is, I mean, at this point they really don't stand a chance considering a lot of their players are very low life here. I mean, we've got what, Lux, I think. Yeah, Lux is nearly half health, and Renekton's pretty low, but I think he still has his ultimate. Yeah, so Renekton still has his ultimate, which is good. So we're battering the tower. Kayle decides to come out of the bush with Malphite. I think Malphite initiates with his ulti now, is it? Let's just have a look. They're deciding what to do. We decide to obviously fall back because of the tower. They still got the tower, so they can easily quite take us. I do my Dragon Strike, which weakens their armor, but nothing happens with that because obviously we stay out of it. Fortune starts hitting. Renekton's there. I get stunned at this point. This is a really bad move from me. I'm glad it's not Misfortune, but I get stunned. The rest of the team know that I'm stunned, so they decide to come back up. I decide to put my standard down. A spear comes in from Nidalee, hits Kayle in the face. I think I use my Dragon Lance. Obviously, Fortune pops her ulti, which is fucking sweet because at this point, Lux here has obviously stunned Kayle. Fortune's popped the ulti, which is clipping Kayle on the edge, so that kills Kayle, I think. Yeah, takes Kayle out. At this point, they're starting to shit themselves because obviously Renekton's popped his ulti with loads of health. I think Morgana's popped her ulti now. I decide to go back to my Demacian standard, which pretty much takes me into the centre of the team. Lux pops her ulti and wastes Varus because obviously he's low health from the spears from earlier. I'm stunned at the minute. I don't know what from. Oh yeah, I'm guessing that's from Kayle. No, yeah, is it? No, that's reduced armor. Okay, I'm stunned from. I think it's Morgana's ulti when she had it on me. I pop my W, which obviously slows the team. Hit Morgana. Fortune gets the. Oh no, Nidalee gets the kill. I use my ultimate, which obviously, you know, so they have to either burn their flash. If they haven't got the flash, one of them's gonna die. So we kill. Is it? Yeah, Katarina goes down from Renekton. I pop my. I bring my ulti down, so obviously Renekton to get out, and then we can obviously push the tower. So that team fight was more than good. I mean, everyone played a vital role into that team fight, which was amazing. We obviously know we can push their inhib at this point because obviously we've got like 10 seconds on everyone except for Katarina. So Renekton goes in for the kill, kills Malphite, and then obviously we start pushing tower. They are, I think, oh yeah, Varus comes back and so does Morgana, but as they're on their way we decide, fuck it, let's go for the inhib. We start battering the inhib. Kayle comes in, not too much pressure. Take the inhib and get the fuck out of there. At this point we know Dragon's up, so I start signaling Dragon. We all take Dragon to speed this up, so we know we can get a quick Dragon with the whole team there as well, which is nice. Just quickly take dragon, smite the dragon as well. Renekton finishes it. Chaos starts to take blue. I think they might actually face check dragon now, to be honest with you, because at this point, considering their gold is 19k and ours is 27, I think they should be considering dragon at this point. So let's just see if they face. I'll be very surprised if they don't. Oh, and they haven't. Unless Morgana does it now. No? Maybe not. Okay, that's... To be fair, if that was me, I think I'd be face checking dragon. So I go to golems, finish golems off. Just in case I didn't mention it earlier, I do go for wolves and then smiteless blue. Smiteless blue is imperative now. I don't think I have it any other way. Smiteless blue, and then obviously go to your red. Get your red. Leave the bottom golems at the start. You want to leave these golems at the minute, and then take. You want to take your red third. So you go wolves, blue, red, and then gank. If you can't gank, then at least expect their team to gank, because if obviously your lanes are pushed, their jungler will gank. So just expect it and just kind of like don't hang around, but like continue your jungle as normal, but just get ready. Just keep, just be prepared to leave your jungle for counter jungle. So at this point, they could come back. They're not doing bad, like really bad, because it's only 12-5. I've seen a lot of teams come back from like 10-2. Unfortunately, I've been in one of them games, which is really embarrassing. But you can do it. But with our lineup, having Renekton on your team as well is very tanky, and he just emits so much damage. It's just unreal. Considering they got a Malphite as well, I'm very shocked that they did very bad at this. I thought Malphite was going to jungle in KO top or KO mid or something, but obviously Malphite went top and Renekton kind of slapped all his ass. So Nidalee goes for the spear then, and unfortunately doesn't clip it. I start to push mid again. This was very silly of Katarina. I think she stays for minion kills, which is very embarrassing. I'll just go back a bit. So obviously I decided to come up with Lux. Lux is obviously just poking away like. As I come up, I think that... Yeah, here we go. So me and Lux are coming up. Oh yeah, she that's right. So basically she uses a skill to clear up some minions, so she gets like 218 golds. She runs back. She knows she's fucked now, because obviously I can get to it. I think, does she teleport out? No, she doesn't. So I put my Demacian standard down, clip it with my dragon strike, push her into the air, reduce her armor, pop my W so she's even, she's slowed. I didn't really need to do that because obviously Lux is stunned her. Nidalee comes out with Renekton, and then obviously Lux pops her ulti, which finishes off Katarina. And there you go, dead. So she evaporates her. Lux gets the kill, which is even better because a fed Lux is a dirty Lux. CC is amazing. So we start to push middle. I think at this point they kind of know the game's over. It's only just hit 20 minutes, and their middle inhib's down, and their top turret now is about to go down as well. That's their second top turret down, and I think they surrender. So after we win this game, then after we take this top turret, I think they know that the game is over. We can quite easily push for the next inhib now, so I think they decide to surrender now, I think. Just have a look. Yeah, Nidalee gets a spear in there again, I think. They start fanning about a bit, and I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because they all decide just to go in now, just for shits, I think. So at this point, obviously they've surrendered. They all decide to go in, pop the ultis, and have a bit of a mishmash, and obviously they surrender. So, and that is the end of the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed that that little jungle preview of mine. So like I say before, if you get your if you don't focus on your Aegis, your golden Aegis, and focus on your Dragon Strike and your Demacian Standard, and obviously max out your ulti when you can, I would do that if I was you guys. The other thing to do is probably take, obviously you're going to take Smite and Flash. The only reason why I say take your Flash is because sometimes if you pop your ulti on someone and you're stuck in your ulti, instead of reactivating it to bring your ulti down, you might want to flash out of your ulti, keep the person inside that ulti from attacking your allied champions, and focus on the rest of the team. I've done this a few times with obviously their jungler. Like in a team fight, I've jumped on someone, use my Demacian Standard, use my Dragon Lance to get out of my ulti, so I keep my flash, or I could flash out and do Demacian Standard the Dragon Lance. So you've got a really you got really good maneuverability to obviously avoid people, get out, trap people with your ulti, get out of your ulti. So if you actually do trap yourself with your ulti and you know you're gonna die, for instance, if you trap more than 2, or if you trap their whole team, or even like some of their team, and your team backs out because of some reason, maybe you're getting ganked from behind, you can quickly pop your E down and Q out. So they're still trapped in your ulti, but obviously you can get out of it. So it's very nice to obviously mix and match some of your moves and see what's best to your advantage. Use whatever's best to your advantage. So I hope you enjoyed my video. And if you guys want to know anything about my Jarvan jungle guide, then please let me know. This I think my room page is 21. Is it 21.9 or 21.8 or something like that, or 21.10? That's like is in 21 offensive and 8 I think defensive. But what I'll do, I'll upload it at the end of the video, and I'll show you a brief description of what I'm using. So have fun guys, and thank you for watching my video. Any questions, please comment, subscribe, and let me know if you guys can see an improvement, or link me some of your jungle guides and I'll take a peek. So peace out. Build now is probably always has quintessence of speed. The next is armor, so you want to max out armor in your yellows, and armor pen, obviously that would be in your reds. You want to max 9 of them.